Hello, children. Today we are going to learn a new lesson named A Hero, written by R.K. Narayan. So, by the picture, you can make out that we are going to learn about a boy named Swami. You can see few children, right? You can see the pictures of few children of your age, right? So, this story you will be able to relate very easily. The children are very notable for their mischievous character, right? So here you are going to encounter with a small boy called Swami. He is the protagonist. That means the main character of this story. And who has written this story? The very famous author R.K. Narayan. So let us see few things about, let us get to know R.K. Narayan better. Okay, he was the winner of Sahitya Academy Award and he has authored many books, including short stories and novels. And Swami and Friends was the first novel written by him. And he was born and initially brought up in Madras, presently known as Chennai, and he was also almost like Swami. So when you go through the stories of Swami, you can feel and experience the personal tinge of his own life, right? So every author would have brought forth some of his personal experiences in his life. And another novel called English Teacher is actually represents a lot of experience of his personal life, right? Another novel, English Teacher. So that was also authored by R.K. Narayan. Now, before we go into the details of the lesson, let us talk a little about your fears. Do you have any fear? We all are having some fears, right? We are afraid of one or the other thing. Some people are afraid of being in a closed room. Some people are afraid of going in the heights. Some people are even afraid of going in the lift. Some people are afraid of being in the dark room, right? And we also are having some kind of superstitious beliefs that make us really afraid of, ghosts and supernatural powers and so many things which are not even proven, but we hear a lot of stories about all these things from our grandparents or parents or friends, right? At this age, at your age, you are highly influenced by your friends. You will look up to your friends as role models. Sometimes you get the advice of your friends who are as inexperienced as you, but you don't listen to parents, but you are rather interested in believing your friends. So Swami was also more or less like that. Swami also had lot of fears. He was afraid of darkness. He was afraid of sleeping all alone in his room, right? So you can relate a lot of characters of Swami with you. Just because your thinking is same and your age is same, right? Now, how do you overcome those fears? Is it good to keep all the fears in you? No. So you cannot progress when you are having all these fears. You have to get out of it. You have to overcome. How do you overcome all these fears? Yes, you have to talk to your family. You have to talk to your parents. They will encourage you to overcome all those fears. Imagine that you are afraid of going to the dark room in your house, when the lights are off. Take your family member along with you and just experience the darkness. There is nothing in the darkness, so you have overcome the fear, right? So probably you are going afraid of going in the lift, so experience once along with your people, so you will get out of that fear. So you should have some amount of courage to challenge the fear and overcome. Once you experience, then that is the past, that is not a fear anymore. So always talk to your parents. Family bonding and the binding is very, very essential in the formative years when you are growing up. These are the people whom you can rely, whom you can believe, and you can talk openly to, right? So it's very important that the parents encourage you to overcome the fear, you approach your parents. So the mutual belief and openness is very, very important. Now, we are talking, the lesson name as such is a hero. So whom do you consider as a hero? A person being very shy, timid, and very introvert, who is not speaking to anyone? No, right? No, that is not the characteristics. The characteristics are, I know, you can well say all the characters of a hero. Who are the heroes? Now we always say that our freedom fighters were heroes, right? Soldiers are heroes, pilots are heroes, and doctors are heroes. Now in the COVID situations, the doctors were not sitting at home; they were, frontline warriors. So we call them as heroes. Why? Because they are brave, they are challenging, they are selfless, they have the courage, they are helping, they are caring. So all these qualities make them a hero, right? When you are introvert and withdrawn to yourself, not helping each other, just taking care of yourself, then we cannot say that you are a hero. A hero will have all the qualities. So how do we develop the qualities? We have to acknowledge the qualities and try to practice it, making a habit. Then that will become part of your character, right? So that's very, very important in the formative years. Okay, now are you ready to go to listen to the story? I am sure you are very much ready, because it's like a story of a boy who is just the age of yours, right? Yes. So how cute the boy is, right? Yes. So there was a serial based on the stories of R.K. Narayan in the background of Malgudi days. So this is one of the serials which I used to watch in my growing years, right? So I have a personal liking for this story in special. I used it to enjoy the serial because this is the story of a small boy with all kinds of, mischievous character, and he is very innocent, he is very naughty, and he is the star of the family, uh, grown up with, grandparents and parents. So once I thought that Malgudi is the real name or of a town, but later I got to know that that is a fictional town. It's an imaginary town. There is nothing like that. There is no town called Malgudi. But the writing of the story created an impression in the mind of a reader that he or she was believing that this is a real thing happened. That is the power of the story. So Swami is the character and Malgudi is the place. And this boy was growing in that small town or a village along with his parents and grandmother. So grandmother plays a crucial role in his upbringing. This boy used to sleep by the side of Granny. So Granny used to read him stories from Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these kinds of epics, right? So Granny's influence was very important or played a major role in his growing time. So here you can see that Swami portrays the growing up pangs of a boy who despises school as he makes excuses and roams around Malgudi with his friends. See, he is not going to the school every day. Sometimes he just uh, he just roams around his friends, and he does not show up or turn into the school. And Swami's father was very strict. He was a barrister and he was very strict, and he had an office room in the house itself, which was strictly prohibited for Swami, right? And Swami used it to share all the adventurous stories that the friends tell to grandma. Okay, so grandma used to call Swami as Chami, with a lot of, she used to pamper him with a lot of affection. That was the pet name of Swami, right? And Swami also had two good friends. They were Mani and Raja. Good friends in the sense they are all there, in their mischievous tricks and pranks. So this was the story starts with one newspaper article. What happened one day? Swami's father read an article which talks about the courageous action of a small boy who had escaped from the tiger, and he interpreted that the boy was so courageous that he could escape from the tiger. He just sat on the treetop for half a day, and he challenged the Swami, saying that whether he had the courage to do the same thing. So many parents are like that. By seeing the others' qualities, they will impose the these things on their own children. They just want their children to be like that. Do you think that is right? No, right? Each child is unique. He or she will have their own individual interests and uniqueness. So we cannot compare orange with an apple, right? Everybody will have their own characters. But what happens here is Swami's father is telling that Swami does not have courage. Then Swami also retorts. Swami retorts saying that it's not about the courage. Even if you are having courage, how can you challenge a tiger? A tiger is a fierce animal. Courage does not matter. But Swami's father takes the challenge into a command, asking Swami to sleep all alone in the office room that night itself. So what would Swami do now? What do you think? What do you think Swami would do now? Can he run away? No. Whom does he share all these things? Of course, the friends, right? Yes. So Swami started discussing all these things with friends, and he was asking, he was asking his friends the solution for all these things. So the friends are giving a solution, saying that you act like you have already slept. So go to bed very early. Don't wait for father to come from office. You just, go to sleep. That is one way of escaping from this command of father. So father is not going to wake you up and ask you to go and, sleep in the office room. So Swami is very innocent boy, and he has lot of admiration towards friends, and he considers them like role models, having lot of intelligence, right? So Swami just follows the advice of friends, and he went to sleep. He acted like he was sleeping that night. But Swami's father was very intelligent and smarter than Swami. He found out that Swami was acting, so he woke him up and asked him to go to the room along with his mat and everything. The small bed which we could, roll, and the mat, the bed and everything. He started walking to the office room. The office room is nothing but another room in the house, probably in the corner of the house. So not so closer to the other rooms, right? So we have to imagine. Yes. So Swami was literally scared. He was trembling because he is a small boy, right? He is not used to sleep all alone. When you are supposed to sleep all alone, all unnecessary thoughts will come to your mind, right? Because already he is filled with all these kinds of stories of ghosts, all the things his friends had fed him nicely. Now, when he is all alone, he cannot even think of sleeping all alone because he has never done that in his life. He used to sleep beside his granny, listening to all kinds of stories. Very happily, he used to sleep. Now that, father is coming, and he figured, he is telling at one point in the story that he is like an apparition, it's like another ghost. So he is not having any humanity. So he is thinking all these things about his father because he was a highly disciplinarian or a very strict person. Why did Swami's father do that? Sleeping by the side of grandmother was very much fine, right? Yeah. So Swami's father wanted Swami to grow very courageously. So that has to start from the early stage. Children should start sleeping all alone by the time they are 10 years or even before. It depends on the culture of your family. So here Swami's father had taken the right action, but the timing and the incident on which he has started the action was wrong. So Swami felt that it was kind of a punishment for retorting or saying something against father's argument. This father being a barrister or a lawyer, he knows how to tackle with the cross questions or the arguments. So Swami was not so qualified or educated to argue with the father. Finally, Swami felt that this is a punishment for going against the opinion of father, right? That should not be the case. Then what happened? Swami slowly went to the office room. He requested father to allow him to open the room and just have a small light over in the veranda or the corridor, so that he is not literally in the pitch dark room, right? Nobody wants to sleep in the darkest room. We need a small bed lamp, right? So that some comfortable feeling. Swami also wanted that. Then father allowed that. So in that way, father was good. So father allowed, and Swami started sleeping all alone. And do you think he will get asleep uh, immediately? No. So there is this is a technique. When we think of not to think about something, for example, if I am asking you not to think about a monkey for next to 10 seconds, what will happen? You will think only about monkey, right? Yes. So that is the reflexive action uh, that our mind is playing. So here the same thing happened, because he does not want to think about ghost, but he is thinking only about ghost. So every feeble sound, every small sound which otherwise was a usual sound, for example the ticking of a clock, or the rustle of a leaf, or the sound buzz of a bee, all these sounds became like a horrible horrendous sounds for Swami. And he started interpreting, probably this is the ghost sound, or this is something is going to come and attack me. Then there was a bench over there, he started sleeping underneath the bench. Then slowly, probably he was falling into the sleep, then he could see a shadow. So Swami was sure that, okay, my time has come, I am going to end my life because this ghost is going to eat me up. Anyway, I'm going to die. So let me use the final attack. Whatever strength he had, he grabbed all the courage and started to bite whatever he felt as a shadow. There was a figure, and he just, with all his might, he just bit that shadow or the figure. Then what happened? There was a shout and howl from that figure. Eventually, they got to know that that was nothing but a burglar who had come to loot the, or take away things from the house. So the family had come. Then what happened? The burglar was handed over to the police, and the next day newspaper came with Swami's picture for the Daring Adventure Act, right? So he was highly appreciated by the Daring Adventure Act of courage that he has shown in catching the thief, right? So Swami became very famous in the school, in the police station, and even the police asked him whether he would want to join the police later in his life. But Swami said he would become either an engine driver or a bus conductor, right? So here there is a question. Okay, he was really appreciated by the school headmaster and the police inspector. So do you think he really deserved the appreciation? So we will have to talk about that in the class. So collect all your opinion on that, and we have to talk. Okay, so I guess so far the story is going good, and you did like that story. Then there are some high order thinking questions here. So the questions are: Swami was a naive and innocent boy. Do you agree with this statement? Why or why not? So if you say that he was an innocent boy, then you have to come up with reasons to justify. If you feel that no, he was not so innocent, then you have to come up with the points to support. Now, another question is, Swami's father was too strict and disciplinarian for a young boy like Swami. What do you think? What do you think, the father's character is well appreciated or justified, or do you think he should not have acted like that? Prepare your answers. Then Swami caught the burglar and proved that he is courageous. What happened actually? Behind the scene only we know, right? Yes. So analyze the correctness of the statement. Now there are few themes which are taken into as the main thread of the story. Every story uh, will have a message or a theme, right? Then in the story, the family relations are highly appreciated. Father tries to discipline the child. Strong bondage of the boy and grandmother. Growing up of a small child, concepts of courage. And the irony is that the boy bites the burglar, right? And the burglar is supposed to be very cruel and inhumane, insensitive, but he is crying loudly at the bite of a small boy. That is one irony. And the boy has saved his life not with an intention to become famous, or not with an intention to catch the burglar, but he was highly appreciated for his courage. That is another irony, right? Then what happens at the end of the story? The next day onwards, the father is not being very strict with the boy because the mother has um, interfered, saying that you cannot be so strict with the small boy. Allow him to sleep by the side of his granny. So Swami was back to his granny, right? That is the story. Now I have given few extracts here to make you familiarized with the kind of extracts we are going to get. So you can go through that. And I hope you really like the story, and we shall discuss in detail. You can clarify all your doubts in the class. Okay, children. Thank you for listening. Please read the lesson through. Understand this is a very simple lesson, elaborated very simply. And there are so many questions that we have to ponder over. Okay. Thank you.